Hello everybody, this is Triumwir412, back finally after quite a long break not making any videos, so sorry about that. But here I am taking a look at the game Mama Told Me Not to Come, played on webdiplomacy.net. I played as Russia. It was a 10-point buy-in, points per supply center. What I intended to do, let me pick here, was form a Juggernaut alliance, that is the alliance between Russia and Turkey. So I would help Turkey down here, taking out Austria, and then I would move through the middle of the map, taking what I could and hoping to get to 18 before Turkey did. So we will see how that worked out for me. The game started out pretty well for me. I was able to work out my deal with Turkey. We agreed on a bounce in the Black Sea and hoped to expand our relations further after we proved our trustworthiness by that. Also made a deal with England concerning the Scandinavian countries here, that he would take Norway with a fleet, I would take Sweden, and then we would leave one another alone. And also spoke with Germany, let him know that I had no intention of fighting with him, and as a sign of my friendship I moved to Finland rather than Gulf of Bothnia. A Russian fleet in Bothnia could move down to Baltic and threaten German centers in the fall. So moving to Finland just keeps me a little further away from him. It's considered a little nicer, I guess you could say. Oh, and I do move into Galicia, which is threatening to Austria to say the least. I don't attack Austria right away, I just make sure that I get into Romania. Nothing else terribly exciting here, except you do see Italy working with Turkey here, trying to support him into Greece, and also walking into Trieste behind Austria's back. So that was some interesting action, aside from what was going on with me specifically. I build fleet in the north and an army there in Warsaw, so that in 1902 I can move against both England and Austria. Now down here I just kind of maneuver myself, reposition myself to make a stronger hit on Austria in the fall, Austria who's busy fighting with Italy. And here I attack England, but I told him I was going to do it, if I remember correctly, told him to support, that it was all just a big ruse. I think he bought it, because in the fall he does not support that unit again, assuming that I will support him into Denmark instead. And I take Norway, and as well I take Vienna down here. You see me also supporting Turkey, my ally in the Juggernaut, into Serbia. You see in the fall here I've made a deal. I've been talking with Germany. He knows that I'm not going to move to Munich, but he stands himself out anyways, just to be sure. And I move Bohemia over into Vienna, moving away from his territories, and that sets me up for a good relationship with him that you will see in the coming years. There were no retreats ordered for Austria because he was eliminated in this year. He saw no reason to retreat, and also the fleet, the English fleet here, disbanded rather than retreating. So I continue to build fleets in the north and armies down here in the south. You see in 03 I'm still working in the Juggernaut, still supporting Turkey, and I'm also working now pretty closely with Germany. You see my fleets going up and around Germany rather than through him like I had originally planned. You also will notice at the end of this year France doing some work with England, supporting him against Germany here, but working with him to try to prevent my movements and Germany's movements westward. Nothing terribly exciting about the adjustment this year. Another army in Warsaw, another fleet in St. Petersburg. In 1904 you see France turning on England, realizing that he probably is better off having the extra supply centers than a crippled ally. And so that ends up working okay for him, maybe for a little bit. I continue to move my fleets in. You see England making a last-ditch kind of effort against Germany, and he does actually take that German center, but Germany ends up getting it right back. And I continue in 04 in the Juggernaut, just as I have in the years previous, supporting Turkey's movements forward, and also here supporting Germany back into his centers, fighting against England, and eliminating him in 04. Then coming up in 05, Germany sends me a message seeing how large I've gotten, saying essentially, I'm not going to stab you. I am perfectly content with letting you get a solo victory so long as I survive and am able to take out France. He just was in it for the points, more or less, and so I was not terribly worried about him teaming up with other people, turning on me. I also, in this spring turn, ask Turkey if I can have Venice, which really, really upset him. I think I told him I just wanted another fleet build in the north, and he said I was getting greedy and I was getting too large. And so I apologized for even asking, tell him that I will support him into Venice as planned. I do support him, some of his movements forward there in the spring, but now in the fall, I attack Venice and take it myself. I attack Trieste and take it from Turkey myself. I move Romania into Bulgaria, taking that from Turkey. I also take Liverpool that turn, and I move my fleet from Sevastopol into the Black Sea. So I gain 4 builds and take 2 centers from Turkey, position myself fairly well to take even more, and the game is pretty much in hand at that point, especially since I have Germany saying that he will not try to attempt to stop my solo. Again, you see me moving into Turkey down here, continue to moving through England, through England's old territories, through French units. So in 06, I have completely taken out the English island. I have most of the Balkans, have Turkey's home centers all but surrounded. And then in 07, which ends up being the last year of the conflict, I move into Greece, I move into Ankara, and I actually position myself for a fall stab on Germany. Sort of a greedy move, I guess. I take Denmark and I support him out of Brest so he can take Mid-Atlantic, but then I walk in behind him, which is more than I needed. I only technically needed either Greece or Ankara, which I had taken in the spring, to give me 18. Taking both of those made 19, and then with Brest and Denmark, that was 20 and 21. So I had a 21 center victory after 7 years. That gave me 41 points. I quadrupled my points that I put in, just paying in 10 to play the game. And it wasn't exactly what I had planned on. You see a lot of territories taken from Turkey that I expected to take from Germany. But either way, it was a solo win. It was a fun game. I look forward to your questions and comments. Thanks for watching.